Hi Crafty friend, it's Justine. I know I haven't done a stitched update in a while, so I figured I should do one, and I really do just love stitching, so here it is. So I'm gonna have, I think, 5-6 projects today, so let's just dive right into the first one. On the first one, I used a 3D embossing folder. This was one of the new ones from Spellbinders. It's the ED065. Looking at the folder, there's an area here for embossing, and then there's an area here for cutting and embossing. So I just taped this to my folder so I wouldn't lose it. But this was a really fun folder, and I thought it would be kind of fun to do a maroon background with this kind of an Art Deco kind of stencil that I did on this one. This was the new stencil that just came out this month in November. So I had green paper, and I took the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide and put that over top and got this really fun result. It looks kind of velvety, which is kind of what I was hoping for. So let's just go ahead and stick that right onto my card base, or my card front, and then I'll talk to you about the stitching part about this card. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you know I love stitching. I have a whole playlist on my channel called Stitching on Cards. Yay, it's fun to watch, and it's full of inspiration for different stitch projects. So if you're interested in checking that out, that will be on my channel for you. So let's just dive right into this one. On this one, I'm using a die that came in the advent calendar that was all stitching. So this was the Joy one, and this is one of my first couple projects I've made with. This one was the Joy. It really just spoke to me. I love this swirly J, and I love that the circle for the O is a stitched area. This is a super fast stitch, so it is perfect for making quick presents. So I'll just pop that right on here, and that really will match my background well, I am thinking. For whatever reason, this part is popping up, so I'm just gonna check that out and see if I can figure it out. I am so sorry for not having a stitch video in a few months. Life has been very busy. I am hoping for next summer to do a lot more of stitching, and not next summer, I'm sorry. This next coming season is winter, and to do some stitching in the winter time, because it is going to be kind of that season where you're cozy and you're in the house. So I'm hoping that I can get to that some more and bring you some more stitched updates in the next few months. Now with this little top of the ornament, I didn't know if it needed to go up or down. I'm thinking that it's supposed to be touching the gold, I think. I'm just going to push it down because to me that looks like it makes sense to be on the ornament. So if it's supposed to be higher, I'm sorry, but this is where I'm going to put it. I'm actually going to cut the top here just a little. I don't know, every time I cut a die like this, it feels like I'm doing something illegal, but it's my art, and I am going to do what I want with my art. Feeling a little sassy today. All right, now if I wanted to keep this as an ornament, which I do, I'm going to show you how I turn this into an ornament. So this back side is going to be kind of where I put everything together. I'm going to use the Spellbinders. This is their twine, or hemp cord, I think is what it's called. Just snip a little. And I'm going to make a basic knot on the top and loop it around. I did just do some stitching with some friends, and I have like a little friend group where we get together every once in a while, and we all made these. So I prepped it for everyone. I showed them how to stitch, and when I was doing this project with my friends, I realized that perhaps I can come across as assuming that people know what I'm talking about with stitching. So I think that I need to make a basic stitching video. So if that interests you, let me know in the comments. I think it's going to be one of my projects I do over Christmas break, just because I think that people maybe need a little more help with some basic stitching, maybe some quick facts or some quick tips and tricks, but we'll see what I can come up with. But we definitely had a really fun time together, so it was really a nice project to do with some friends. All right, typically when I make ornaments, I put another piece on the back, so it is a finished back. But with this one being little, I don't feel like a message would really fit too much on here, so I'm just gonna leave this as it is. It's an adorable little ornament. So it's gonna go onto my card like so. I'll show you how I put these on. So my card front needs to go on my card base like so. And I'm gonna just trim this edge because it's a little off-sized. This is my lovely new paper trimmer that Spellbinders sent me. I do really enjoy using it. And the blade is super sharp, and one pass through, I just cut my edge and I'm good to go. I think I also need to do this side just a little bit. I like that it kind of locks you into place here so it doesn't slide around as it's cutting. It's just a nice, very nice paper trimmer. All right, so we have that. Now this card is pretty as it is, but this ornament is going to be removable. So if it was a card that's going this direction, I would just tape it to the inside of the card. Since I made this card a landscape side, I'm going to just put it like so and then flip it over. And then with some of these Christmas cards, I like to use colorful tape instead of just the best ever tape. I use some washi tape and maybe have a little Christmas print on there just for some fun. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just enough to hold the ornament in place. Maybe move it down just a little like that. So when the recipient gets the card, they have the ornament on there. You can write your sentiment, and then they can go ahead and remove this ornament, put it on a tree, put it wherever, and it's all good to go. So those are those two. So that's those two. And let's go to my next one. My next card, I used the Simon Hurley sentiments, which were super fun to work with. They are glimmer ones, cut ones, which are my favorite style of glimmer plates, especially for sentiments, because it saves time and money because you're not wasting your materials. I'm also using the Simon Hurley 3D embossing folder that's from Spellbinders on this background. It is the snowflakes and it is so pretty. Then I just cut a little piece of white scrap paper. This is going to be my snowbank on the bottom of my card. So I will just line it up in the corner and attach it like so. Then I have my stitched Christmas tree and my stitched base. Look how pretty this is. This was a fun one to stitch. I have shown how to stitch this one on my channel. So I will have that on my stitching playlist. So if you're interested, you can go find that. I think it's called the one something like full demo, because I also show the Argyle background on that card, and it is a really fun card. And my aunt actually bought that one from me. So thank you. Shout out to you, Auntie Colleen. I have some amazing aunts. Anyway, I have that down. And then my sentiment, have a holly jolly Christmas. I will add that with some liquid glue. And I use the gold matte when I glimmered this sentiment. So it has shine, but it's not too much of a dramatic shine. Then of course on this one I want to add bling because I love bling. So I'm going to use some fun gems that are kind of some rhinestones. Once my sentiment starts setting, there we go. And let's see, I think I'm going to use some bigger ones just for fun. I think Christmas is the time to bling it up. So for that, I just use Barely Art liquid glue. I put a glue blob where I want, ooh, getting a little too fast here. I put a glue blob where I want my gems to go. And then I kind of let it get tacky. So let it dry for just a minute here, or a couple seconds, and then start sticking on all my gems. And I have my new favorite tool, which is my Trinity Stamps gem picker. One side's a pokey part, that's like the tool-in-one, and this is the nice wax tip. So I'm going to go ahead and add my gems on to those glued areas. I suppose for this to be a true update video, I'm just going to update you a little bit about what's been going on with me. We have Thanksgiving break for school, so I had a little break from my real job, and I enjoyed time with my family and my husband's family. They are so wonderful to be with, so I just really soaked up all the family time and definitely felt thankful, grateful, blessed, and really just enjoyed spending time with our loved ones. So thank you I am very thankful for each and every one of them. So this background now was a little bit odd. So I had this old stitching die, it's at least 2 years old, I think, and it is a flower border, and I put it on this black piece of paper 3 different times. I die cut it and then stitched these little flowers. So it was kind of an odd one. I prepped this one back in May. Yes, May. This was one that I brought on vacation in June and did not get to actually using on vacation, and it sat in my little stitching bin for a while, and I finally got to stitching it, and I love the result. I think it's kind of fun, a little bit different than a normal background plate for stitching, and I think that it is really fun to use some of my products that I already have in my craft room and shop my stash. So there, that background is all set on. And then I have this butterfly, which was, I think, was it a glimmer? I think it was part of a glimmer club back maybe a year and a half ago. And this butterfly, you could die cut, you could stitch, and you could glimmer. So I chose to stitch with this one. I'm just going to glue the body down, and I think I'm going to sneak some foam under the wings if I can. I've been trying to use up some of these older products that I have in my craft room. These are some Dollar Tree foam that work like other foam, but they are pretty cheapo, so there's that. I keep saying that. I'm so sorry. But that just gives a little bit of dimension to the wings. Now, these stitch pieces are supposed to go on a right and a left, so I have to kind of think about how they go. I think that's correct. And then these little pieces here. Like so. Oh, this is looking so pretty. Okay. Oh my, the glue bottle is talking back to me. let's see, some more updates. It was freezing cold on Halloween, and then it decided to get to like 70 or 67 the one day, and now all the leaves are gone here in Minnesota, so we got some bare trees. That moose that was on the loose has moved north. If you've been watching my videos, you might have remembered the story of the moose. But anyway, my sister-in-law actually did see it, and I was like so excited for her, and I was kind of jealous because I wish that I saw the moose, but I did not. Anyway, moose on the loose. We're gonna go back to that same gem pack, and I'll glue on the head. The body, we're just gonna imagine. I know that there is a body die. No, I am not going to dig it out and use it today, and that's okay with me. This is an artful take on a butterfly. Then I'm going to use this sentiment, always and forever. This is part of the All You Need Glimmer sentiments that were from the monthly kit. Now, I have some bad news for you. Let's see, I think this video is coming out after the clubs close. Let's see. No! Hey, this is good. This is wonderful. Today's the 26th when this video goes up. You have today and tomorrow, and then after that, this might come back. I don't know. It might not. So for all those club items, you have through the 27th to pick up. So you have today and tomorrow. Otherwise, you won't get it. But I use the moon dust to glimmer that sentiment, and I just love how it looks with my glitter foam paper, or my glitter paper. Should we add some more bling on the flowers? I think yes. Just a couple. I'm going to use the little ones because I don't want it to be too much, but this always and forever sentiment to me is reading anniversary or wedding. So I think that I'll be using this for a anniversary card. Probably not for my own husband because I don't really want to hang on to a card for a while. I will probably lose it in my stash, but I will probably bring this one to my next craft sale that I'm going to. Actually, the next craft sale that I'm going to is a benefit sale, so all of the proceeds from my cards and projects are going to a fundraiser. So I really hope that it does well, and I hope that people come and support. The fundraiser is for our new school building, for our school. You might have heard me talk about bingo. It's another fundraiser our school does, but I am so excited. Our school is buying a new school, and it's pretty expensive. So if you ever bought large property like that, you might know, but it's really expensive, and I am just thrilled because we are definitely pushing the limits on our current school building, and we need room. I saw my potential new kindergarten classroom, and I just about cried. Actually, I did cry, but anyway, I don't know why I'm so emotional about this. Anyway, I love teaching, and it just really inspired me. So enough of the mushy-gushy stuff, but I hope that craft sale goes well. Now for my last card. Look how fun this is. This is a glimmered Better Press card. It is gorgeous. It is the Aura Glimmer foil, and I am just so excited about it because this is kind of a weird card, so just bear with me. We're going to make an ornament, but we're going to make a panel ornament because I wanted it to be a little different, just to show you something new and to try something out myself. So I have my main card, and now I love doing these ornament cards where it's a full card as it is, but then pop an ornament on it, and now you have a really fancy card and a really nice ornament. So that's kind of what I'm going for here on this one. And the Better Press foils so well. Well, the Better Press plates foil so well. If you are interested in joining a really fun Better Press group and want to show and share content on there, you can join the Better Press Babes on Facebook. My really good friend Melanie Smith / Melanie Stamps and I run that, and we are co-running that together. It is just a really cool little place. It's a very small group for now, but I think it will grow as more companies add the better press plates to their system, like Altenew now, and LDRS, which is really fun to see kind of the industry grow, because card making is kind of a dying industry, unfortunately. So I think it's fun to see companies grow. And I know during COVID, a lot of the smaller mom and pop shops kind of closed down, which was very sad. But I am not going anywhere, so you're stuck with me if you're a subscriber here, and we're just gonna keep on making this this craft be a thing. So hopefully you can stick around and subscribe, join my Facebook groups, and we can just craft together. And that's really the best part about all this, so I enjoy it quite a bit. All right, this little Noel is like the joy. It has that stitched circle for the O, and once this liquid glue kind of sets with my gold mirror cardstock here, it'll be ready to go onto this panel. So I'm just going to let that sit for just a minute and talk about this panel. So I am going to stick this green right on top here and turn this into an ornament itself. So I have this really small hole puncher. You can see it's teeny tiny. This is from Fiskars. This was one of the kind of fun things that came from my mom's craft room when she moved and gave me all of her crafting stuff, but it makes a very tiny hole, which I really like, and sometimes I will take that one to school if we are making ornaments in kindergarten or making certain art projects where we need a hole punch. The kids love the hole punches. And it's good for their little hands to build muscle strength, so it's a win-win. Anyway, I just love my kindergartners. Every year it's just like so fun to learn their little personalities and to kind of teach them, you know, how to be a kid in school and teach them the letters and to see them read. It is so rewarding. So I don't know. I know a lot of people who watch my channel are not teenagers who are looking for, you know, their forever career, but maybe you have family members who are teenagers, and I'd say that teaching is a very, very good job to go into. I know it gets kind of a lot of negativity online just because there is a lot of situations where teachers need support and they just don't get it. But if you find the right school, you'll love teaching, and really the kids make everything so worth it. So there's that. Oh, funny kindergarten story for you. Sometimes I will use their last names, so we'll just use the name Smith because I'm pretty sure that that is the most common last name in America, or at least it was. Like John Smith or John Doe. We'll use John Doe. We'll use Doe. I don't know, that sounds sad. We're going to use Smith because John Doe reminds me of like a crime movie. Anyway, John Smith. So maybe we'll just say this kindergartner's name is John Smith. This is not a real kindergartner name. Real story, but different name. Anyway, so I said, goodbye, Mr. Smith, because I like to use their last names because they need to learn their last names as kindergartners. They usually just know their first names. And this boy turned around and he goes, oh no, I'm not Mr. Smith, I'm Mr. Magoo. And he had this cute little look on his face, and I don't know, there's just so many moments in the kindergarten classroom where I just am like, how is this my job? How am I getting paid to be with these adorable kids right now and just laugh and have fun and teach them? I just thankful, grateful, blessed times 100, you know? Anyway, here's this last one. Like I said, this is going to be a keepsake ornament, so you can go ahead and write on the back, love mom, love grandma, love Uncle Bob, whoever you are. You can write on there, and then the recipient can just go ahead and take that off They have an ornament and a cool card. So I love doing those keepsake ones. But anyway, we have for Christmas and a non-Christmas. I just realized that now looking at all of these. Yeah. Maybe over Christmas break I will do some stitching, and maybe in January I will have another stitched update. I probably won't have one in December with all that is going on at school and home. I really am going to try to focus on some family time in December. Still have some videos, not as many as I had in the summer, of course. So those months I had one every day. Anyway, but over break I hope to have some time for some stitching. So let me know which one of these is your favorite. I think my favorite would have to be this one, because I made it with my friends and I had a great time. So shout out to my friends, you know who you are, who made that with me. I think one of you watches my videos, so hi. Anyway, we'll have a wonderful rest of your day. It's almost December. The December clubs are so cool. I think you'll like them. And if you've been a subscriber for Spellbinders a little bit, you know kind of the style that comes out in December. We'll just put it that way. And oh my goodness, I have another card. What am I doing? Just sitting here chatting. I have another card. Oh, this one's cool too. Okay, so this is what happens when I start chatting. Okay, this last one I made with the Better Press plate. This is the background, and then I watercolored the background with some purple and blue with my crusty, dusty old watercolor set. Not the pencils that I just posted about, but just had a heart attack. The wind is blowing really hard and it blew. We're all fine. Anyway, the blue ink, and then I used my watercolors. These were a watercolor set I got in elementary school. Yes, when I was a kid. So if you've been watching, you know that I just turned 30. So they're old, but they're not like ancient. So they are good watercolors, but they are definitely a cheapo watercolor and they work really well. So if it ain't broke, I'm not fixing it, and I'm not buying expensive watercolors for now. But never say never. And then this stitched flower is the stitching die of the month, which if you remember from this video with the sentiment, these two club items, the Better Press plate and the stitching die, are going to be available through today and tomorrow. So Monday is the last day to get this one, the 27th. So that is how the clubs work for now, and you can pick up this stitching one if you're interested. And then I did post 2 more cards on my YouTube with this stitched project already. One was a red one and one was a pink one. So they're kind of fun. And then I did something kind of funky with the leaves, which I have not done in a while. So if you look at the other cards, I'll just pop those on the screen just to make it easy. You can see with those leaves, I did a different kind of stitch. I did the kind of around the hole kind of stitch. And with this, I did a back stitch all around the leaf, and then did a line for kind of the vein of the leaf, just for a little bit of fun and to make it different than my other projects, because I always am trying different stuff and I just want to show you just in case you want to try it too, and really just to play around and keep it fresh. So there are the petals and the leaves. This is going to get some bling because why not? I'm a bling person if you haven't found this out by now. I can't believe I almost forgot this card. I'm so glad that I looked over as I was ending this video. We're going to use the chunky ones again because why not? Let's just bling it up. Chunky gem style. Oops, that needs a little more glue. I think the glue for this one just fell right into that stitching hole, which is fine. It's not going to hurt anything, but yeah. Okay, cool. Then to finish off this card, I'm going to use a sentiment from Simon Hurley. These came out, I think, last February, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of releases from Spellbinders, so I just don't know sometimes. But these are really great sentiments because they are glimmer once, cut once, again, like this one and this one. And then I used the purple Glimmer Hot foil and made this card. And this one is like screaming my mom because of all the purple and the flower, so perhaps she'll get this one. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe she'll buy it for a friend. She always says, oh, I need to buy a card. I don't charge her because she's my mother. Good grief. But maybe she'll buy it for a friend. Anyway, now I am finished. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. I think I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to this one and finish it off. But let me know how your Thanksgiving was, or maybe you're celebrating today on Sunday with family. I know it's sometimes hard to get the day off for Thanksgiving. I used to work retail before in college and in high school, and it's hard to get that day off because everybody wants to shop. And especially when I was in high school and college, Black Friday used to be a huge deal in person, like people pushing down the door at the stores and blah. But let me know how your Thanksgiving was. And of course, I am so thankful for you, especially if you're a stitcher and you've been watching my videos and you share this fun passion with me. Anyway, goodbye. See you next time.